More recently, I have seen a resurgence in an anime genre that has caught my attention more than I expected. In my last video, where I discussed mecha and how the genre has moved on from its peak, there were a few comments that caught my attention and made me reconsider how I viewed this genre and its transition into a subgenre. Today, we're talking about idols, the genre, the subgenre, the characters, the song, and the progression of idol anime into what we see today. If this type of content sounds interesting to you, I kindly ask that you leave a like and subscribe, so I know that this is something that I should continue doing. I made this video thanks in part to all of the support on the mecha video, and now I can finally cross over to the genre that also has a strong identity that has been long present in the medium: idol. We all know there have been idols around since before modern history. Back then, usually in the form of an extra cool rock, or maybe the sun, or being represented by those objects. These would fall into the historic definition of the term, but idols as we see them in anime and East Asia are something entirely different, but not so different, as we'll see later in the video. Our base definition is a cantopop, J-pop, or K-pop singer performing as a solo act or as a member of a group. With similar words like hero, star, icon, and celebrity, it helps communicate that these people are not perfect or objects of worship. Although I know some of you out there go crazy with the support due to the fact that you roll with definition 1. So, when did this all start? The earliest instance I could find of an anime that fits this bill is a hybrid with the magical girl genre, which seeing idol paired with something else will be a later topic as well. This grandfather of all idol anime is a show that aired in 1983 by the name of Magical Angel Creamy Mommy. Why are you like this, Japan? For Creamy, her magical girl power is to turn into an adult. Why? Who approved this show? She's not even an adult, she's 16. But as an adult, she is able to enter into a music competition where everybody loves her singing, and thus an idol is born. Believe it or not, Creamy Mommy actually started a new wave of marketing, an unfortunate truth that all anime has only ever existed to make money somewhere else. This time though, it's promoting the real-life singer and lead's voice actress, Takako Ota, which was extremely successful. But how successful was it really in terms of bursting the idol anime genre forward? Well, before researching the topic for this video, I'd never heard of it, and I'm sure some of you haven't either. Some anime you might be more familiar with during the peak of the idols in the 2010s were shows like Symphogear, Love Live, The Idolmaster, and AKB0048. With all but Symphogear seeming to exist to milk more money out of their fans with average content anime-wise, with no season reaching an average score higher than an 8 on my anime list. Currently, the only franchise that has a season with an average score over an 8 is Idolish 7. That being said, a larger than expected portion of idol anime is ranked between a 7 and an 8, which I find to be more representative of the viewer's loyalty to their franchise than an actual representation of the show itself. And it's also why I feel a bit bad that franchises might abuse their fans by providing mediocre content. However, it seems to be changing now that we're stepping closer to today. So, what are the idol anime that spring to mind when watching this genre today? As a newer anime watcher, there are a few different shows that I identify with this genre. The first one I watched is very well known for obvious reasons: Love Live School Idol Project. Love Live was my first soiree with idol. Like my first mecha, I wasn't blown away. I did finish both seasons of the show's original run, but didn't venture into the movie or Sunshine. I was never compelled to watch Idolish 7, Skip Beat, Aikatsu, or Symphogear. It was a genre I was writing off due to the first show I watched being entirely idol. However, that all changed when I took a chance on another show. Way back in 2018, I saw an anime with potential called Zombieland Saga. To me, this was a defining moment in Idol, as instead of it being a full-on idol show, it was a ridiculous premise for a comedy that caught my attention, and I expected it to be hot garbage, but like the show's protagonist, I was blindsided by how much I enjoyed it. Instead of the anime being entirely idol, for the most part, the comedy took a large precedent, mainly driven by the group's manager and one of my all-time favorite anime characters, Tatsumi Kotaro, who is voiced by Miyano Mamoru, the voice of Death Note's Light Yagami and Steins Gate's Okabe Rentaro. Zombieland Saga helped me realize that I did in fact enjoy something in the idol genre. In this case, I loved it because it was on the side like a wine pairing that enhances the main dish. With this newfound appreciation for the genre, I picked up more shows as they aired, and to this date, there are a few idol anime that rank very highly with the community, including one anime that is in my top 3. Going reverse chronologically, we can't not mention the recent success of Oshi no Ko and the way the wider audience as a whole hopped onto this franchise. Perhaps as much post-air hype that Chainsaw Man had pre-hyped, which is rare air to reach actual mainstream culture. Perhaps the biggest driving force of this is the track created by Yoasobi, titled Idol. In an anime series that wants to deliver a message about the grim reality that a star idol has to face, there was really no other choice other than Yoasobi. Some of you more familiar with the work might know Yoru ni Kakeru, or Racing into the Night, as the song that sounds upbeat and vibrant while delivering a very dark message about the speaker's wish to not be alive. The first time I heard it way back, I wanted so much more. I had to wait, but I finally got albums, singles, collabs, merch, and concerts. For me, Ayase and Ikura are my idol group that I've backed for so long and will continue to. I encourage you all to look further into their discography, something that I recommend doing anytime you find an anime opening that you like. Oshi no Ko itself is a great show, opening aside, and the fact that it quite literally used an idol to kickstart its plot and uses it as a continuing theme is exactly what keeps this genre relevant moving forward. Moving back to the year 2022, and maybe a more traditional sense of the genre, Yaoi Kongming, otherwise known as Paripikome, follows the story of an aspiring artist trying to find success. In a whimsical plot device of the 3rd century Chinese tactician Kong Ming is whisked from his deathbed to modern-day Shibuya during Halloween and runs into Sakimi Eiko, our future star. Though she isn't trying to be an idol herself specifically, her rivals, also pining for their chance to make it big, are. Much like Zombieland Saga, Yaoi Kongming has a good factor of comedy, but it's also a feel-good story that has the viewer cheering for Eiko's success under Kongming's war tactics. And much like Oshi no Ko, it has a banger opening. I mean, who can't groove to Chiki Chiki Bam Bam? All that being said, some of the most important moments in the story involve the cast around Eiko, including not just our before mentioned idols, but also an actual rapper, and features more than a couple rap battles. As exciting as those rap battles are, however, there is one last recent idol anime that features physical battles that has enamored me from the second that I watched the first episode. Turning back the clock to 2021, there was an anime airing in the spring that has forever changed my list of favorite anime. Of course, on theme with this video, that anime is none other than Vivi, Fluorite Eye's song. In the distant future, humanity is heavily assisted by AI in all facets of life. This leads to the creation of Vivi, an AI made to bring people happiness through her singing. However, things do not go exactly as planned. The humanity she's supposed to bring happiness to is suddenly not very happy, and it's out of her means to fix this, until she runs into Matsumoto, an AI sent from the future to team up with Vivi and stop the events from happening. They travel to the past and create a new timeline by changing key singularity points to lead to a better future. Following along with their journey, you'll see not only some fantastically choreographed and animated fight scenes, but you'll also get some heartfelt moments with other AI, including others created for musical entertainment. Vivi has solidified itself in a top 5 spot on my all-time list for sure, and I think a lot of you out there will love it too. I mean, really this is just the Hatsune Miku anime everyone's been looking for. Which, to be honest, Miku deserves a lot of credit and can't be left out of the discussion when talking about idols. She is the biggest Vocaloid and most certainly has idol status. I would even go as far to say her fans go even harder than those of most other idol anime franchises. I also can't forget to mention Yoasobi's Ayase only teamed up with Ikura to make the group because he kept his interest in music by composing with Vocaloid. So, Miku, I might not have time in this video to talk about your dominance, but I can for sure say a heartfelt thank you. And I have time to thank you, the viewer, for watching. Like I said earlier, the amount of support and discussion on my last video was incredible, finally pushing me over 100 subscribers. I'm incredibly humbled by the fact that so many people are interested in my videos and want to discuss the content that I feel is important. So please, leave a message down below. I tried to read all of them and respond when I can. As for my next video, it will be the regular seasonal review for the summer 2023. What comes after is still up in the air for me as I'll be traveling a lot, but I will do my best to get some videos scheduled. But that's all for today. I'll catch you all later.